Let's play D&D. All right, so last session, the party finally made their way to the city of Courth, where they soon discovered the home of the royal historian, Lucious. And he's turned out to be somewhat of an odd fellow, eclectic taste, but he immediately invited the group into his sitting parlor at the mention of the quest for the Radiant Crown. And that's where we pick up tonight. So, you've been ushered into the house by the strange little computer gnome that is his houseman, Berkeley, seated with refreshments in this very artfully appointed sitting room, parlor, with just a scattering of all kind of unusual decor, accoutrements, collectives from different places from around the world, many you don't recognize at all. He seems very personable. He's dismissed his houseman as he has seems to be a little bit distrustful of any overhearing of what might be discussed next. And as you all just get relaxed for a moment, the whole group is here, and he kind of looking you over, trying to weigh and measure you for what you could possibly know about such a delicate or deep topic. He asked simply, so tell me what it is you're looking for, what it is you are after as far as the Radiant Crown. What is this quest that you mentioned? And by all means, it is I would like to speak. Preferably, I would be very happy for him to address the subject for all of you.
I'm standing behind Howl. Kind of peek over his shoulder. I'm good.
But you must come stand next to me. I won't be so offensive as to ask you to sit. Please.
Howl takes 2 steps to the left.
Yes, Dakir, come join us.
Very well. I'll sort of clop. My hands are crossed in a very defensive posture. And I'll go stand 3 feet away from him.
Okay. You gotta scooch over on the couch a little bit. The couch is it's not a heavy couch.
Just close enough.
The entire couch kind of moves with him once it gets to the edge, so he can just lightly rest his hand on your back.
As his hand is motioning towards my back, my hand is motioning towards my side where my dagger is.
He doesn't seem to notice. Just very...
I'm very obvious about it.
So's he.
I don't think he's really holding back here.
Somebody's getting close with something.
Uh-oh. So please tell me about this this quest you're on.
Go ahead, Dakir.
I certainly wasn't paying attention.
I should have caught on.
Probably will later.
Yes, well, we've been seeking the Radiant Crown for some time. How open are we being about what we've accomplished so far?
Oh, as open as you would like to be. I think you should be very open.
That was directed at my compatriots.
Oh, that's...
Well, he's the only one that apparently knows anything.
No,
We start off with you telling us what you know.
well, you have sought me out for some reason, I presume, that I may be helpful in this task of yours.
Well,
But,
we were sent to find you.
yes, you mentioned that before. But what is it that you were specifically meant to seek me out? For what reason?
Its location.
The location of the Radiant Crown. What I am mostly concerned about is how I can be of any help or service in this endeavor. It's not usual for strangers such as yourselves to show up at my door speaking of a Radiant Crown that literally no one should know about unless they happen to be a great historian of a great city like Courth, as I am. And by the way, I am also the Chamberlain of the King's Balls.
Do you clean up after the king's ball?
Of course not. I do not. It's not a part of my requirement. I just get them flowing properly
Oh,
with great efficiency.
are they very big balls in a town like Courth?
Quite often they are, yes, they are. Well, they have their days. I mean, some balls are larger than others because, they have the times when they're not so.
Terminology on this. I'm not typically a fan of balls. They tend to get very sweaty and cramped.
They can for sure, yes. They can for sure.
But oh, the smells and the tastes.
The perfumes, they are abundant.
I think the primary thing you should know is that we was sent here by untap the ring. The Kingdom of Lioness to procure the crown.
It intrigued me that you are wearing this. One of the things I noticed about you, of course. Now, one of the many things I'm saying.
Did you notice he's a centaur?
Oh, I like centaurs very much.
More of a pony breed, actually.
Those are manageable. In any case, we get off topic for the moment.
Yes.
We'll bring it about this subject again, perhaps in a little while. But for now, I just feel a little threatened. Maybe there's something that I need to understand better about why you're here.
Kid, you are so standoffish right now.
You feel very nervous. I feel you under the suppleness of your hide. I can feel the nervousness beneath.
I'm walking away with that.
That's okay. We will work on it. Yeah.
You're aware.
Sorry.
He's giving you the look.
Don't give me the people. Look.
Oh, he's giving Kiva a look. You're aware of the fate that has befallen the king and the queen, correct?
The lioness, yes, I am.
Well, we're part of the expedition to go rescue them in some capacity. We had, and Hal's gonna tell him about going through the portal into the temple.
Okay.
What Kiva was able to see with
The
air
poop
vision.
monster.
Yeah, poop monster, all of that, and culminating in right now, I believe, and I'm looking to the rest of you because I'm not the best with plans, but I believe right now we are seeking out the pieces of the Radiant Crown to reassemble.
Oh yes, I think my dad broke it.
Your father.
It's a long, really convoluted story.
But you are not of the blood.
No, but he was.
Your father was of the blood, yes. And your mother, she was human, I suppose.
She was a human, a lovely, lovely human. Until that bastard Merlin. I don't know if he killed her, but I think he killed my sister.
It sounds like a tragic story.
Oh,
I think I understand better than what this may involve. If you're looking for this radiant crown, which, as I understand, is in more than one piece.
four pieces.
Four. You have more information than I do.
towers.
Well informed, Father Day.
Oh, I can tell you where to find them. I just don't know where to find the things that find them.
And
There's a white tower, and there's a green tower in the west, and there's a kind of black tower and a red tower.
the elemental towers.
Oh yeah, those.
I am only familiar with them as elemental towers. I do not know specifically,
That's what I call them too.
but there might be a hint as to what they might, how you might find one, or maybe all, for all I know. What sort of Father Day are you? You look very old.
I'm very old. I'm a seeker.
You are a seeker.
Yes.
It seems to mull that for a bit.
I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
I thought about saying that.
I think that's what's going. This is what I have to tell you. It may be of some help, or it may not be. It may not be related at all, but I believe that it might be. There is a language of the angels and demons. You see that he's kind of brought his arms back in. He's no longer just glancing over at the cure. He seems a lot more serious His countenance changes completely as he begins to speak. The language of angels and demons, or the Verbus Enoch, as it is known.
Oh, yes, I speak that.
But you are not taught a day of the blood. How would you be able to speak this language? This is ancient, long dead language, or so I thought.
What was your word?
Convoluted.
It's a convoluted story.
Let me tell you the rest of the story. There was a priest of Suna by the name of L'Hostelier. Many hundreds of years ago, when the city of Courth was barely a settlement, he made a strange notation in his journal at the time. Over the centuries, the journal and L'Hostelier himself was forgotten, until about 25 years ago, when a portion of a wall was discovered while expanding the sewers. The wall had strange writing that no one, not even the high priest, could decipher. So, the high priest ordered all the acolytes to search for any reference about this wall in the priest's journals of the time. They found L'Hostelier's journal, and they were shocked.
Was the sewer in this town?
The sewer is indeed in this town.
Oh, good.
In his journal, L'Hostelier described a man that came to town. He was quite mad. He thought he was possessed by a demon. Insane, clearly. But he murdered several citizens, ripping the bones from their bodies, scrolling in the stone wall words in the Verbus Enoch. After the guards, he killed the man. The tavern was burned down and buried. Of course, no one knew the writing was the Verbus Enoch until the wall was discovered again. That's when the first seeker came.
Was that Morath?
That was not the name that was given to me at the time. I'm reluctant to speak of the seeker that came because he told me that I should not speak his name or tell anyone that he was here, and that it was quite important that I kept that to myself.
We say that to people a lot. It's not that important. Just something we say.
I'm not sure that he was taught a day. If he was, he kept it a very good secret. You were very obvious. You glow. I can see it clearly.
I'll stop the glow.
Fascinating.
She turns it off.
I've seen it go.
Only for an hour.
I will show you this wall if you like. Perhaps you can make some sense of it if you, as you say, you can speak the Verbus Enoch. I am a little reluctant to, I must admit, believe that you speak it as you say, as I've never known anyone that could, as I've never met the Twathaday blood. But I would think that from my understanding of lore and research, that only the Twathaday blood and demons themselves have the capability of speaking such a language, understanding the writing. But if I do this favor for you, you must do a favor for me.
You can have him.
I'm already waiting by the door.
There is a ball tonight, a very important ball. The Queen and I, we have one thing in common, and that's making sure that the King's balls are cared for and efficient. Handle them with kid gloves, as she does, I am sure, and that they are pleasant affairs. I would like
Pleasant balls are the best ones.
You don't want them getting too twisted up.
not.
I just have to clarify. Are we talking about like Palestine
And
or?
Howell reaches across and covers him up. I don't think he understands.
I would actually like some clarification as well.
The King's balls are quite beautiful, and I would like for you to accompany me, if you do not mind. And if I may, the Tentator, if you would not, if you would please accompany me specifically in leading, and in being my +1, and the rest of you will be my +3.
My skill set tends to lend more to me being on my own.
On your own with me is perfectly fine. We will be perfectly on our own together. So, I will have to, of course, stress you more appropriately because this is not at all what I can present to the king and the
Not
queen.
for the king's balls, no.
No, not at all.
Well, here's quite nice, much nicer.
I'm
robes.
afraid I have no finer.
And then Howell reaches over and covers his mouth and says, he will love to accompany you. Dekir, I swear to God, just do this. Easiest mission we will ever have.
Where will you be staying then while you are in Courth?
We're staying in the horse?
No, no, we're not.
No.
We're staying down the road to No Name Tavern you wouldn't have heard of.
Well, you are welcome to stay here. He's specifically talking to you. I will have my dresser. He will be here soon. He rings a bell, and Berkeley comes rushing in. That's what you want, what you want. Well, gnome seems to be like averting his gaze from Lucious and just kind of looking at you guys in general in the area. And Lucius tells him, I would like our dressing man to be here within half an hour. We have to get our new friend here, Dekir, the centaur, dressed for the occasion tonight. He will be accompanying me along with his friends as the entourage to the King's Ball, the trade ball, the merchant's ball tonight.
Oh, all the balls tonight.
I still don't understand. You're not.
I'm right here.
I thought
I've
it
not
was.
walked away.
I thought it was a sex thing the whole time.
Sorry.
Oh, Kiva, you sweet, sweet lunar priest.
I'm still not
Lucius.
convinced it's not.
Lucius looks over to
No,
Berkeley.
that's only you.
Prepare Dekir a room next to mine as usual.
Just winning.
Not like anybody watching won't know where that came from.
Who knows, you know?
That says Dekir sound effects.
I'm actually paid up for the week, so I better not.
Don't worry, I will take care of your house. I will pay for all your rooms. No trouble.
How kind of you.
As a matter of fact, would you all like to stay here with me? We have another wing that you can stay in.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Berkeley, prepare the east wing for our
Can I
guests
be
here.
by the gnome?
What?
Can I sleep where the gnome sleeps?
He looks over at Berkeley. Berkeley just drops his head. Must I? They are friends, they are guests. You must.
I have the
accommodate them. That's your-
rosemary and the butter.
It will be interesting, I must say.
Oh shit, I gave that to her.
And tell me all about it.
Oh,
Anyway, I will show you to your rooms. What are your names, please? He just looks around because he's not really clear on who is who at this point. Not Lucius, but Berkeley, the Dorian.
I'm Howell.
Hello,
I'm Kiva.
you can
Kiva,
call me Digda.
Digde. Hello, and
Dekir.
oh yes, of course, the kid is sit down. Yes, we had the special room for you. I will take care of this. First,
We used to have another friend.
I will take the other ones while you
That
get
sounds like a
acquainted,
stage
Lucius,
name.
as you like, with your new companion. Oh, very well. And he motions for the other three, besides Dekir, to go with him.
I'm going with him too.
Well, no, your rooms are on the other side. I will take you
Howell?
next. I will take you next. Don't worry, I'll be right back.
Howell?
Dekir, let's sidebar. Would you mind if him and I had a discussion for just a moment? Just a moment.
Oh, for Pete's sake,
Digda.
you're a grown man. It'll only hurt for a
Dekir,
minute.
come over here. Come this way.
Going with Howell.
You're also stealthy.
Listen, Dekir,
That doesn't help if I'm the only one in the room.
Dekir,
Yes.
look at me.
Get me?
I'm looking at you, looking at me, looking at you, looking at me.
I am not afraid for my own safety.
Who
I
said you
cannot
ain't afraid?
guarantee his safety.
Yes, you can. You can control it.
Are you whispering or just like speaking openly?
We went off into my room.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay. Now I understand that you have been impacted by the words said to you today. But think of this. Just hang out with him. Just be friendly. That's all you gotta do.
I was trying to, and he already got handsy.
Takir, listen.
I can.
Listen, you are desirable.
I have gotten that. Over the last few weeks.
Yes, use
I
it
have gotten
to
that.
your advantage. Right now, you're handicapping yourself. You could be the most suavemente Francisco Porfantolio type in the world, except successful.
Well,
But you need to get over your hang-ups, man. I'm not Australian. Why did I say mate?
I'm not sure either. I will try my best, but if it gets too aggressive,
What can I do to support you in this?
you could stay here.
roll perception real quick, both of you.
Oh no. Yep, no.
Not one.
No, what?
Not one.
Five. So
okay.
6 total.
Proceed.
Listen. You need a safe word.
You will. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
What are you going to do to him?
It's cultural. It would be like if somebody went to get us.
When did Digna get here?
She just wandered in.
Oh, she's the one.
If you had rolled higher, you would have seen her.
Somebody went to get us, and they didn't know anything about your plans. You'd be like, "This is our culture. This is what we do." Well,
Is that the excuse you're going to use when you try to eat his butler?
I don't think
I'm
try
not
is
going
the
to
word.
try. And he already let me put rosemary on his head.
There is no Troy.
I will get through this. I will
Listen, maybe you'll like it.
contain myself. Most certainly not.
The pirate liked it.
No, it's true.
What are you talking about?
Takir.
That encounter went.
You know, peg leg?
You're going back before the ghost pirate
Yeah.
that kicked our asses.
It's weird how much we get for the pirates in this campaign.
Pirate shenanigans.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Listen, sometimes
I will be
when
fine.
yes, you meet these fancy folks, sometimes you gotta take them for a
She'll
while.
wander back out.
As you do, you see Berkeley just kind of milling in the hallway, looking startled as you come out near the door, and he just kind of backs up. Is the county is ready to be taken to his room?
No, they're still talking. But if you want to
alright.
eavesdrop, you go on the other side of the door so they don't see you when it opens.
Oh, but I was standing there, but you came out so quickly. It basically just knocked me into the.
I'm very stealthy.
Well, I was trying to listen. Because I not.
Was it the part about me eating you while you're sleeping?
That was curious. I have to admit, it was very curious. I think that might be something I had to revisit with Lucius and you know.
You have a big family?
I do. But could you check see the gear might be ready to go in? I know Lucius is waiting. Go get the man with the clothing. You know that. He starts knocking on the door. Please, we go now.
Remember, Takir, Buttercup. It's a safe word.
I don't appreciate the condescension, but fine.
That's right. He's very gentle. You don't need a safe word.
Ugh.
Is that like, fill me up, Buttercup?
What's up, Buttercup?
He leads you down a hallway, past, but in a hallway that that runs through the front of the mansion, just where you basically entered, the front door, and then off to beyond that. Of course, you see where the parlor is. You can smell the fragrance of Lucious, the cologne that he wears, the perfume that he wears. So very, very heavy coming from that area. Assuming, perhaps he's still in there. Perhaps he passed his way recently. But you smell it thickly as you move through and then down into the hallway. And Berkeley stops at a door. It's double doors. This will be your seat. If you have any questions about anything inside, I'll be happy to help you. I've never used any of it personally, but I know how it all works, as I've been assistant to Lucius for many, many, many years now, and I have seen everything.
Good.
Anyway, he opens the door, and inside you see a beautifully decorated room, chamber. Probably 2 chambers. Looks like there's another doorway leading off to another room, and he holds the door open for you to enter.
Peek in cautiously at first, and then I'll go in slowly, and then my roguish instincts take over. And I'm gonna survey the room,
Okay, roll perception.
making sure there's no looky holes.
There's no cameras in this B&B.
He closes the door behind you and
God,
walks away, unless you want him to stay there.
8.
Yeah, okay.
Worst Airbnb ever.
Yeah, so you don't notice anything, off as you survey the area. But what you do notice passively is that this is not a regular room. It's a room designed for Centaur, very similar to the inn where you were until recently staying. So there is like a not a saddle, but like a the tables are higher. And you can see that there are ways that you can like lean over. Since they don't use beds specifically to lay down, there are like these leaning, not posts, but I forget what they're called now, where,
It's the equivalent
Body
of putting
type.
a pillow on the wall and leaning against.
kind of, but then there's a support there, kind of an angled support. And so, and that's in that room. So it's all kind of like designed for the height and stature of a medium or large size centaur. And then there's another room, and you can see the door is kind of like partially open.
Is there a lock on it?
No, it's partially. Oh yeah, is there a lock on the door?
Yeah. No.
Oh yes.
Okay. I'll just go ahead.
Okay. All right.
You locking
You
doors
wouldn't
in this
know
house?
I have the feeling he's on the other side, and I'd rather him not barge in.
You locked yourself in there with him.
That's his problem.
So you're not familiar with the rest of the mansion, of course, but where he is and where he stays, from your perspective, you have no idea. But so far, it looks very comfortable. It's like exactly the type of place where you'd like to stay. It's all the comforts of Centaur would like.
That's sort of just mill about for a moment. I do appreciate having something structured after my kind, but after a few minutes, I just sort of around.
Well, it's not long before Lucius himself taps on the door, and Berkeley's next to him,
Yes.
and he just kind of breezes in. And the adventure is on his way. It'll be in just a moment, and so I thought I would go ahead and get started with you. Berkeley here, they can assist you with whatever you need. We can talk about your colors and patterns and so forth. And he just goes into this whole thing, just getting into all the detail of things that you probably know nothing about as far as dressing up and getting formal.
Blank stare.
Exactly. And so, but he keeps talking. He's going through it, and he's got Berkeley right next to him, just kind of guessing everything that he's saying. And then finally, a human shows up, a man. He's probably in his 60s, and he shows up wearing very tailored clothing that you're familiar with in Courth. Somebody of some reasonably affluent means. Obviously, he's very successful at what he does, and he's got lots of different swatches of color and fabric and so on and so forth. And he comes in, and for the next half an hour, you're going through colors and fabrics, and it's almost like you're not even there.
Yeah. I totally black out.
As Lucius just keeps referring to you, but not really asking your opinion. So, unless you want to
No.
interrupt that process, it's up
No
to you.
input.
Finally, they decide on something, and it's basically it's got a sheer undergarment that goes Yeah.
I've worked.
Goes from your shoulders down your back and then all along down to your hooves. Kind of trails down, and then on top of that, it's got this white garment that's much heavier, and it's got a silver frill on it that also lays in the same type of pattern. And then there is this I won't say harness, but it's more like a chain, gold chain type to go over your chest. There's a regular tunic, but of course it's silk and white
Like
as well.
Chansey.
Like Bardic.
But then the not really, but it's not armor, but it's like just a gold
Assless saddle.
like. Assless saddle.
How would an assless saddle be?
So this has all been like drawn out because he's like showing you.
I'm very
dresser.
cautiously looking at the drawing, making sure there's no ball gags, no blind.
No, that's very, very nice. Very, I mean, and the cost of it, you just kind of over here,
Very
it's like
elegant.
50 gold for this whole setup.
God, it's 3 times my wardrobe.
And he's like, well, this is Lucius. I suppose we'll have to get rid of the what do you call these things on your hooves? The boots.
They're sentimental. I can't take them off.
Can I dress them up? Can we dress them up with chains and other
I think your design hangs low enough that they would be covered.
She's a little bit torn by that. And he's going to whisper something to the dresser, and they nod together. And, well, very well, very well. Thank you. And you'll have this soon, yes? Okay, very good. And he goes rushing out. Lucius is standing there, and Berkeley is left with the dresser back out toward the door.
All right, well, I appreciate it. If there's nothing else,
Have you had a chance to gaze into the other room and see if you find something there that
no, everything.
interests you?
Can I roll an insight on that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better than what I've been rolling. God, it's 70.
He's really eager for you to take a gander at that other room.
Oh, everything here is more than adequate. I appreciate it.
But certainly something would have appealed to you in there, yes.
I haven't gone in, and you've
Well,
been
you
so
must.
kind already. I'd hate to take advantage of your generosity.
We will explore it later. Perhaps after the ball, we have blanks, and get to know each other a little better, and I will probably
too
find it
excited.
very
I
interesting.
want to see how things go wrong.
Very interesting. And he says, with that, I will see you this evening before we go to the ball. Is there anything we can get you, my friend?
Look forward to it. No, I'm fine for now. Thank you. Just, I have social anxiety and I prefer privacy.
Well, best. I prefer it as well. We will have privacy together. So anyway, Lucious, you call me Lucious. Remember, Lucious.
Just the most forced smile on his face. And
Very nice.
He hears Howl's words in the back of his head. You have a say.
And he very properly bows out and closes the door behind him.
The gentleman.
Anything you guys want to do while you have time to roam or talk or sit in your rooms and just get breath or whatever you want. You have a few hours before the ball that evening. Is there anything that you want to do?
Do I?
I'd say no.
Howl's chilling. He's clean. He's got nice clothes for the first time in his life.
I'm just hitting the fast forward on the remote.
Lucius has had no interaction with you guys whatsoever regarding your wardrobe, your needs, anything. The only one that's had any interaction with you has been Berkeley. Berkeley's come by and asked you if you want something to drink, if you want a snack. Of course, there's a big meal at the ball, and it's going to be very exciting. He tells you that, it's basically, the ball is, the king has a lot of balls, apparently. And this particular one is to honor those merchants every year for their contribution to the kingdom. And so that's what tonight's all about. So some of the most influential merchants and tradesfolk of Courth will be at this ball. It's a small affair. It's not a huge affair. But sometimes the smaller balls are just as good as the larger balls if you know how to enjoy them properly. Nice. I sound so much like Lucious. I must leave. And spirit's mine.
Should I actually get some nice stuff? I mean, I'm fine wearing just this. No?
I mean,
Maybe I
I'm
should.
wearing mouse threads now.
How will we recognize you?
To be fair, we haven't met a lot of people with red hair.
Well, there's
Well-
that.
Kind of have, but they're all north.
Well, I'm saying we have not met a lot of people with red hair.
Very true. Yeah. I should. Should I get? Yeah, I should probably get something that doesn't look quite as worn.
Trust to your comfort.
I mean, I have actually worn this stuff before. I know something of fashion, but I just don't care at all.
Well, Berkeley would be happy to, to guide you to a
Yeah.
dressmaker or a shop that sells, fine clothing, if you like.
As someone who knows about how long these things would take to make, I'd probably go somewhere that has stuff ready-made that would just be quick tailored. And probably get something off the rack that's like green.
Okay, all right, yeah, it's easy enough. He can send you to a local clothing store. That, so he's a little bit reluctant, and he worries that Lucious might be upset.
And I counter with he's distracted by the centaur.
Yes,
He
by
does
the
not
centaur.
care.
But yeah, he sends you to a clothier that has a few things that are already made up that are nice. Depending on how elegant you want it, probably something already made that would fit you. That maybe just a few adjustments or whatever. We're talking about 3 or 4 silver.
Yeah.
Nothing too expensive.
Yeah, I don't want anything too expensive. I'm sure that it looks like too tight because I chose my character select was buff.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that they don't normally make
You try to
dresses for
loosen it,
buff.
take it out a little bit here and there. But yeah, and whatever color that strikes you.
Yeah, it's probably the one that's on the clearance rack because it's just too green. When like The Apprentice was screwing around with the weird fabrics and it's just like too green.
Okay.
What is with druids and always wearing green? Mix it up every once in a while. Jeez.
And it's got like fur in places that it shouldn't. So yeah, it's kind of a hideous disaster.
I know, I'm thinking, where would that be?
No, just like a fur, where it's like, it's nice and it's nice enough, but it looks like an eccentric idiot kind of made it. So it's like kind of the Apprentice cast off is what I'm thinking.
So the alterations in your direction
Yeah.
kind of leave them perplexed
Courth
as you
Sheen.
Oh yeah.
finalize
I'm like,
your gown or dress for the evening as you like.
Yeah. It looks like a disaster, but oddly stylish.
Yes. So you guys gonna go with you bought some nice.
I have like decent
Yeah.
clothes. I might purchase a vest to throw on top of it.
All right. No problem.
I'm
With your-
fine.
Okay.
Both sides.
When Lucius does not return to see you again, when the clothing is returned an hour or so before the ball, apparently there's been a lot of work done very quickly to get this made specifically for you. And you can see that some of the patterns, the diamond patterns that are on this overcoat, have like this silver inlay. And it's quite extravagant.
I can't figure out like how to start putting it on.
Oh, no. The dressmaker's there, along with a team of people to get you dressed. Now, it wasn't really intended to go over your armor. So tell me what you want to do about that.
Trust it to go over my armor.
That just sends him into a twist. You can see his head's about to explode when you say that.
Start unlatching it.
Fine. Tell a tailor, can you change the size of this?
Do you give him a show?
No, Lucious isn't there. He's
They
very.
just kind of help you, remove it. They're familiar with the armor and all that. They're just kind of move it off to the side, away from the nice, clean clothing. You can see that even Berkeley is a little bit concerned. He kind of like washes you down a little bit. We should have given you a bath. I don't know if I didn't even think about it. We should have given you a bath.
Probably stinky.
Have you been in the other room? You see that there is a place to wash, where you can step in and wash.
There's something in my gut that's telling me to go nowhere near that room.
Well, I mean, that just depends on the experience that you like, but
That line alone, I know I can go nowhere.
I would leave that between you and Lucious. And he just kind of wipes you down as best he can as they're preparing to put the clothing on you.
This is very like non-responsive, just sort of shifting with them pushing against.
And another echo in the back of his head. Be nice.
This might be worse, the worst day in my life. Worse than the kids dying.
Jesus!
Wow.
So while that's happening, you in your room, Hal. You know, you went out, you got the vest, came back. Are you dressing in your regular clothing?
Yeah, my upgraded.
You're upgraded finery. Go with the furs and all.
Plus the vest. Yeah.
And of course, Kevin is there.
Kevin,
You're taking me, yes?
I have a question for you.
Well, first, please tell me if you're taking me.
Well, the question will determine whether or not I can take you.
Okay.
Are you always box, or can you be bag instead of box?
I'm afraid I can only be box at the moment.
Can you be box shaped like bag?
This is my shape.
Yeah.
You just kind of, you see his eyes kind of shifting side to side. He's a little meek, you know, you can tell it's kind of a sore spot for him.
All right.
I was not designed to be any other shape
Right.
other than a chest.
I wanna see if we can work on that maybe, because I want you to be the best Kevin you can be.
I would like legs. And I would like arms. I feel like I can tell you that now. We can disclose some of this personal information about each other.
Kevin Law. Well, I'll tell you what. Remember the little deal we did with the ropes? Were you able to? I was able to fashion kind of a backpack with you. We can try to do that. Problem is, we're supposed to be going to the King's Balls. King's
love
Ball,
balls.
singular. Yes, it's supposed to be. It's not too big of a ball, but it's a smaller ball. But it's supposed to be fun.
Balls are fun. I've been
Yeah.
to many of them.
Balls are quite fun.
Quite nice.
Yes. I need to wonder if they would allow you in.
Well, I could you hide me under your cloak, perhaps?
You're big. You're big.
I'm probably for that, maybe, I suppose.
Be a hunchback.
I could be a hunchback.
Maybe I'm, you can carry me and just tell them that I'm your, medical equipment. What's up?
The merchant's ball, they may think you're.
You know what, Kevin? I think that's a great idea.
I am a box that holds your concoctions to keep you healthy. The botrytis, or the ailments that you have, whatever they might be. What do you think?
Clear out the
You know
ball.
what? I think that's a good idea. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you. We're gonna go back into town. We're gonna buy some bandages, some sutures, some emergency supplies, and I'll just be of the group's caddy.
And
that's the
I
plan.
can cough them up as you need.
Exactly.
Yes, let's do that.
I do intend to keep my weapons in there. Do not allow those to be grabbed by anybody but me. If they check you,
How? Why would you even have to say something like that to me?
I know you're smaller than that. I appreciate you. I'm a little nervous.
I am too. But the way you're acting, he seems pensive today.
Yeah.
He seems not quite, the jovialness is not there with him today.
Is everything okay, Kevin?
I have, I've not been to Courth in quite some time. And, Courth is one of those, I wouldn't say metropolitan, not like Ease or Lionsgate, but it's a place that you never know who you might meet. I've been around a long time, and I guess I'm just a little bit nervous going into. I mean, I want to stay with you. I don't want to be left here alone in this place. I've heard everything that Lucious fellow had to say, and I don't want to be left alone. And so I'd like you to take me with you, but I'm also nervous about being around such influences and those that they might attract.
Or people that might know.
Do you know anybody in Courth?
Well, not for a long time, but
a long time.
you never know. But I'll be quiet.
When was the last time you were here?
Probably at least 50 years ago. Maybe more. No, it was exactly 50 years ago.
50 years. something that happened? Getting
Well, I had a owner at the time, and well, he was not very charitable to me. In fact, did many things that I was not able to do, and I was learning a lot at the time, and I was still very bereaved over my original owner. He didn't treat me well. Courth does not have great memories for me.
well, we'll try to make this a good one.
But I know you will. I trust you, Hal.
Trust you. So now let's go get some medical supplies, maybe some snacks too.
He's happy about that. And as you guys make your way back into town to do that,
Spend a couple gold pieces on that.
not a problem. And he happily seems his mood is lifting a bit as you return back to the mansion. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
So George is having a bad mental health day.
So
So
you're all gussied up as you're all kind of hailed to come back to the parlor, seeing the elaborate dressing of the cure.
He looks like a young boy that got dressed up in a tuxedo for the first time with his
Pretty
mom.
much.
He's just very uncomfortable.
And Lucious isn't there yet. He's not in the parlor yet. As you guys gather, you're gathered by Berkeley, the gnome. Your dress is gold green, you said,
Yeah.
with the fur here and there. Leaving your armor in the room as well.
Armor, yes. I've still got the gauntlets I still got my gauntlets on because I decided to be like shorter sleeved.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and like the leather bracers can look vaguely. It looks vaguely like they belong with the dress. That's kind of a disaster, but you know, still wearing them.
And what's Hildy wearing?
I don't wear armor, by the way.
What she always wears. So okay. So the same, a little bit dusty, few stains here and there. Okay. Clean yourself up a bit. But yes, the cure is certainly kind of like the pearl in the room.
This is the most inefficient piece of clothing I've put in. I don't know how you expected to move in this. There's like 3 layers of fabric.
You're not meant to move, you're meant to be looked at. You're meant to be savored. You found out my own that.
And you're, as Lucius steps in, his gaze just standing, staring at the cure. Sentaro. The cure, you will make,
It's okay.
you will be the envy of all at tomorrow. I am sure of it. Please come with me. He puts out his arm for you to take.
Just giving you it's not even defined anymore, it's just a sad look. Take his arm.
It'll be nearby in case you need anything.
Please don't.
So is anybody else carrying weapons or anything?
All my equipment's in Kevin now.
Okay.
Hildy's got her staff, but it's like a walking staff. As far as
Right.
anybody. Yeah.
Right.
I've got
And
I've got punch weapons, and I'm also fair, so I'm always armed.
Right. Okay.
I've just got arms.
I got my daggers on me. I got one of my short swords of steel.
Okay. All right. So kind of underneath the.
Instead of being like bristling with
Garb.
weapons, I got my one short sword just so it doesn't.
Okay.
fall
Just
off.
wanted to, so I understand how you guys are.
I would also like to point out I
Okay,
never
go
have
ahead.
armor, so it makes no
Put it
difference.
Yes, that's right.
Can I hide it?
Hide what?
My weapon.
Yeah, I mean, this fabric is the way it covers you. You could easily hide
Okay.
them underneath it. It's this overcoat is just
So unless I'm
almost trails.
Good.
Right, exactly.
Is that sort of
Could
Steve,
happen,
or are you
you
just
know.
happy to see us?
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to wedding dress, how
my
married
God.
does he look to this guy?
Well, I mean, it's certainly got the general look of it, but the intent is not really.
I'm married, engaged though.
Yeah, I mean, it's elegant. It's elegant, not so much ceremonial.
Yeah.
So unusual for sure. To the ball then. So there are carriages outside that Berkeley directs you into. And of course, you won't be getting in the carriage, but riding or walking alongside with Lucious, just kind of almost hanging out the window so he can kind of be seen with you. And of course, he's a heavier fellow, but he's wearing very elegant finery as well, along with a kind of a hat that's kind of off to the side, a little bit floppy, covering a little bit of his great blonde hair, and his mustaches, if you recall, are kind of trimmed oddly with that big handlebar mustache that's kind of trimmed into the beard. Taking you over to the palace, and rather than going through, you go through the main entrance, and you can see that there's lots of other carriages. Very nice gilded, lacquered carriages. This is obviously a very, very high-end, high-scale event with a lot of fluent folk and finery, men, women. Mostly you see humans. You see a gaggle of gnomes pop out of a cart, or not a cart, but a carriage, and go in, also dressed up, and going through these doors. And you can hear the music inside. It seems like you guys are kind of like the last ones to arrive. And by the time you get to not the main palace, but kind of a building off to the left of it, in a circular drive, coated by pea pebbles, you roll up in the carriages, and they let you out. And here you see the grand doors. And as they're opened, inside you see this huge ballroom and the merchant elite of Courth that are mingling in their colorful finery, drinking from goblets served from these gold trays. They twirl in circles of hypnotic rhythms played by a giddy troupe of professional minstrels, bards, whatever. And you note that the people kind of conversate in whispers, and many have these conspiratorial smiles as they look toward the last people coming into the ball. And Lucious is standing right up front with you. Of course, you guys are trailing behind him at the doorway. And he says, "Look at them." He holds a open fan over his mouth as he speaks. "How they gossip at my arrival with mysterious strangers. I know that although this is the king's ball, I am the queen of all the gossip. I love it." Inside, a scribe begins to record your names, everybody that's arriving. He's not announcing at this point, he's just arriving and notating everybody that arrives. There's another man standing next to the door. Just before you entered, you see that he was kind of checking some of the patrons, but as you arrive with Lucious, nobody checks you at all for weapons or anything else. Seems like, arriving with him, you're almost basically arriving with nobility. And your names are taken and your table is assigned for dining. You can barely detect the aroma of roast pork over the clouds of heavy perfume
Trauma.
that hangs like an invisible fog in this room.
And you just any.
It smell brine.
Yeah, roast pork, that's exactly what you are, right? For what you can smell of it or detect of it. But before leading you further into the room, Lucius turns to you. "Would you like to meet the queen and the king?"
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I know you would. They care. Kind of like holding you more than you're holding him, probably.
He's like visibly leaning away from him as he's.
But relax. I know you said you're so surely inept. What did you say?
Also true.
I will comfort you. Don't worry. You stick
Perfectly
with me.
normal in Centaur culture to lean away from people we appreciate.
Well,
Oh no, you're gonna get green line.
they will fix this habit. At the far end of the ballroom, you see this long line of guests eagerly awaiting their turn to meet the king and queen. Unperturbed, Lucius boldly passes them by. He says, "See how they mutter in whispers. They pretend I cannot hear, and I pretend that I cannot hear them as well. Such a game of jealousy we play."
No, I think they're looking at Kiva.
Oh no, they are looking at you. They are looking at Kiva. They are looking at Hal. They are looking at Hildy. They're looking at all of you. This is a strange group of people that are passing these elegantly dressed, normal-looking folk. Okay, you look like Liberace, but a centaur version. And the rest of you, well, you know, it's not quite up to their typical standard of finery, I guess. So,
I'm gonna go find alcohol.
are you staying with the group though to meet the king and queen? Or are you going to move off to where there's?
I'm gonna find alcohol first.
Okay, they have lots nearby. There's servers all over the place with mugs of ale and so forth. Okay, so let me go ahead and put a map out
Oh no.
and show you what the ballroom looks like.
Come on, everyone knew it.
Because I mean, it's a ballroom. I mean, it's a ball. You gotta know it. You gotta have a map.
Yeah, sure.
The king is giving a festival.
Festival.
More life. More
Everyone knew that when you said, what weapons do you have, that means
Cinderella
how
at the
much
festival?
combat do you feel prepared to do.
Well, I mean, hopefully you won't be fighting the king or anything.
Oh, challenge accepted. Wow.
This is gonna be a bloodbath.
So
Red wedding. Here we come.
Oh God.
this is the door you came through, and you can see that there are lots of tables nearby. They've generally assigned.
Oh, so many roasted pork.
I killed the one with the yellow dress.
I can tell who Lucius is without you telling me. Yep.
Right next to you, princess. And there's a few servers wandering around serving drinks. There's the line of patrons here that you're.
You know, I was expecting
Let me,
Henry VIII.
This
Let me get
woman
this
has
little
a
map.
very
Everybody else
cool
can see it.
bosom here.
He's got that Henry
Oh,
VIII,
yeah.
like shoulder.
Someone want
There's no
to
one.
let's get that soldier standing upright, or is he sleeping on the job?
He had a little too much to drink.
Yeah.
And it hasn't even started yet, man. He pre-gamed.
No, we were last to arrive. Remember, they've already started.
Pre-gaming still.
Listen, when we start stabbing,
If
If you know we get to the point.
you put out a map, I'm expecting blood.
The red wedding.
now the walls in this room are mostly white. You can see the
For now.
dusty, soft blue, baby blue pillars that rise to the 30-foot ceiling. There are tapestries that represent the symbol of Courth, the great green oak. And there's a couple of guards toward the back of the room, behind the king and the queen. The minstrels are playing. People seem to be having a good time, laughing, and now their attention's on you as you come forward, passing everybody in line. Did you want to move your figures to any specific places? Stay with the group? What's your plan? What would you like to do in these moments
should be
leading up to
towards the
meeting the
front.
king?
I'm gonna move Hildy right up close to the front since Howl's off getting a drink.
Yeah, let's get uncomfortably close. There we go.
You guys. And I wave as we pass by people.
Take Kevin with you.
Of course I'm taking
And by the way, when I go to Universal and I have the express pass, I wave at people
Oh.
in the regular line as I pass by.
Oh, actually, I'm
One of those.
gonna go with you to grab a drink.
Keep in mind, guys, this is the taxpayers' ball.
Oh, I'm gonna get 3 drinks.
Am I allowed to
This
move?
is the merchants and all of them.
Well, he's kind of holding you.
You can be on the
at
other
this
side.
point. So I mean, you can like launch yourself away from him if you want.
Be like
As you're
this
approaching the
It
king,
would be very obvious though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just as you guys reach the front of the line, where you see the king and the queen
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with them.
standing, preparing to meet Lucius, you can see that the queen and Lucius kind of make eye contact, and she smiles, a great big smile. The king just kind of rolls his eyes, and
Get me a drink,
just
by
as,
the way.
as he gets to the front of the line, a priest suddenly steps in front of him, and Lucius just sighs, looks over at you. It's got this dramatic look on his face as he glances back to the rest of the group as well. And in the same loud whisper as everybody that he passed, that he was pretending not to hear earlier, in that same loud whisper, he says, "We must respect the clergy, even if they are rude prigs. Wouldn't you agree, Buttercup?"
No, not
Your culture, but that sounds logical to me.
The priest pays no mind at all. As if, if he heard, because certainly was loud enough, Lucius was not, holding back, that he could have heard, but pays no mind at all. His focus is on the king. The king and the queen are just kind of like looking at him like expectantly. This is part of what they do. And as he stands there
Can I roll insight
on
this priest walking up to the king and queen? Last king and queen we met didn't have good things happen to them.
I kind of want to do the same because he just used the safe word.
I'm distracted.
Yeah, we know.
11.
11?
17.
Okay.
Murder surprise.
He really just seems like an eager. I mean, you didn't really see much of him as he just stepped up there
Right.
quickly. Just seems like an eager
They used your
person to meet the king and queen.
No.
You don't note anything nefarious, but you certainly note that there was a quickness of step. And maybe that could be just attributed to getting in front of, Lucius and his entourage, and not having to wait. But he was also not in line with the other folk. You noticed that. So he kind of came off from the side and just kind of rushed there to meet, to get in front
Yeah.
of the king, specifically to get their attention.
Did I notice what denomination he is?
The 17, you did not notice any symbols whatsoever. No symbols at all. But he's wearing priestly robes. Generally, general priestly robes, but they don't seem to be, they're not like the white ones that, you're familiar with Suna, with the gold, and all that. There's no sun symbol or any other symbols that you saw. Maybe he's got it underneath his cloaks. Who knows?
He's a priest of atheists.
But he
priest of Jesus
definitely wanted
Christ.
to be in front of these two very, very quickly for whatever, his reasons were. He doesn't say a word for a moment as they just kind of face each other. Everybody else do a perception.
Yeah.
I'm getting beer. Why?
I immediately turn my head to whisper to these guys and notice absolutely nothing.
I try to see what she's saying.
I got a 12, so probably the same thing.
12, okay, all right.
I'm getting B.
Okay.
I think he's worried about
There's been no
something.
change in the mood within the ballroom at all. And so, I mean, this just seems like an eager, kind of rude priest that just needed to be up there before everybody else. And during this moment of silence, you see the king and queen just kind of look at each other like, okay. Smiling, but expecting that they'll be greeted first before they return a greeting, which is the proper etiquette. But he doesn't say anything at first. And then he begins to slowly lower his hood. And you see a man, human, with dark hair. And he's not clean shaven, but he's got a beard that's closely cut, mustaches. It's all very, very jet black hair. Dark eyebrows, dark brown eyes.
Does he look like a dragon riding, dark-haired, bearded guy we saw?
This guy does not look like anyone you've seen before.
Okay.
It certainly doesn't look like that guy.
Okay.
Passively, you would know right away. He looks to be probably in his 30s.
Does he look like a Disney villain?
No.
Like on a scale of Jafar.
Yeah.
But he has a very serious look on his face. And as he lowers the hood, the queen doesn't react, but the king, his eyes just lock. And you can see this, there's an audible gasp. It can't be. The priest smiles. But it is my king. My faithful servants have finally freed me from the caverns which I was entombed by you and that ranger 45 years ago. Too bad he is not here, for I have returned to exact my revenge.
Buttercup! Oh, shit!
And we're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
Roll initiative
Yes.
as you watch this figure begin to transform, grow, shredding the cloak that he's wearing to reveal a muscular body underneath, covered in this coarse hair, feet and hands now sharply clawed, and red eyes gleaming above a long snout and ferocious teeth that resemble the features of a wolf more than a humanoid. Now, there are two guards behind the thrones that are set up here. This is obviously not a throne room, but it looks like thrones have been set up for the king and queen, specifically for this event. The only other guard that you've noticed, passively perhaps, is off toward the back, and she is a sylvan elf, not too old, but it's hard to, the glancing moments that you had, she looks like a young, auburn, dark-haired sylvan elf that is clearly a guard of some sort, but more of a private type guard. That's the only other guard that you've seen here. So you might have taken note that, it's unusual that this personage, that whoever she's there guarding and are the employee of, is so important and affluent and well that they would have to have someone there, or maybe there's other reasons altogether. But in any case, they're kind of off toward the back. And we have a figure for that particular.
I would have locked eyes with her on the way in, just like a sort of believe these people look.
Here. Actually, it's
Oh my gosh.
more here. Man. Healthy, we found it. This is the merchant. Okay, so
Are you playing a reindeer?
Well,
we everybody roll initiative?
yeah.
Roll initiative.
I have.
Anybody above a 20?
Nope. Was I supposed to roll? I did.
Yes.
I have a 22.
22?
Jesus.
Well, let me get our new friend on the board here. Anybody above 15?
18.
16.
15 exactly.
You and I.
Kill the Howl. And then Eva. 18, 16, 15? 18, 16, 15?
16. Yeah.
Okay. And what did you roll, Jakir?
10.
10, okay. So Lucius at this point is kind of like startled. He doesn't realize what's going on. And as he sees this creature transforming in front of the king and the queen, and they're just kind of like on their heels, shocked, you begin to hear the screams and the shouts, the startlement that is kind of rippling through the crowd away from the epicenter of where they are standing. And as we get into initiative here, and you hear the king say, Rocher, with the beast standing over him. Let me get that figure on the board as well.
What did you
Like
say?
Fiera Rocher?
Do you want me to remove this guy?
Rocher. Okay. Rocher.
Oh,
What
he
the-
has a good
I have to
footprint.
move you over a little bit.
Oh,
Move
gee.
you out of the way.
Yep, lycanthropy.
That's a big ass wolf, though.
Yes, he grows to an enormous proportion.
I'm just gonna do a little. Ooh, I like it.
Oops, and I gotta get the.
Kind of wish he was a were-owlbear. That'd be fun.
He's the size of a were-owlbear.
Yeah.
That dude is big.
Oof.
Woof.
I'm not going to be able to wrestle him like I thought I was.
Do you want me to?
Was that your intent?
I thought about it.
I
Okay.
can help you with that.
You can.
The creature that he calls Rocher, or refers to as Rocher, is snarling, and you can see that we're in the initiative at this point. He's right up top.
Of course.
Before Lizzie, even. And you can see as he's moving his claws, not in at this point in a threatening way toward the royal couple, but to some of you in a strange arcane manner. And through this wolf-type snout, he's somehow able to speak with some clarity. Very odd words that, Hildy, you understand what they mean. Paraxo, Sirais, Mir, Vomsarahi, Girtrian, Atrapan, Ubugo, Mohorelia de Apropi Prox, de Bukva, Balzba.
And
Do you want me to tell you what it means?
Sure.
Openly?
If it's a spell, I'm just gonna yell it to them. So.
Well, he's saying words specifically.
All right. Tell me
Yeah.
private.
Privately? Okay.
Or,
And so, yeah, you can decide how you want to, because you're the only one that understands this,
right.
and of the group anyway. So, may or may not have.
Just gonna cut and paste in Discord or something.
Yep.
But like, or a calculator.
Okay. And once he completes the words, a shimmering, glowing sphere, well, circle, I'll say. It's hard to say how deep it is, on the other side, appears behind the king and the queen.
Oh,
To you, it looks like a portal.
awesome.
For all of you that's seen portals, looks like a portal.
I've got plans.
It's not good.
So, Lizzie, you're next in the turn order. What are you gonna do?
I am going to turn around to the gentleman behind me and I'm going to say, Rexus, behind the pillar. I'm going to send him behind the pillar and I'm going to stand in front of him.
Be careful, my darling. He calls out.
As you wish.
And what are you gonna do from there?
That's it for now. I'm just going
Okay.
to stand in front of him.
Protective, more
Yeah.
protective action. Okay.
It's pink going behind the
Yeah,
pillar.
put him behind the pillar in the corner. No one puts Bailey in the corner.
Okay. I'm going
You're
to.
gonna stay here.
Back me up just a little bit. There you go.
All right. So I'm gonna put the crowd basically at the end of the turn order, so that we don't disrupt what you guys plan before the turn order is over. But then there are some more shouts and screams from another area within the ballroom.
That's not good.
And another creature snarling
Oh no!
and screeching, and as the individual that it was suddenly totally transforms into another one of these creatures, but much smaller than the one facing the king and the queen. And that's going to bring up Hildy.
Hildy is going to. How? Now I see the creature is giant in this mini.
Right.
Is he going to get area of opportunity at me if I move, or attack of
He's
opportunity at my
large.
size?
He's large. So if you're, I mean, he may or may not have reach. You don't know.
Well, Hildy's going to move back.
Because you're there's 5 feet between you and him already, right?
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so Hildy's going to move back about 5-8 feet.
Whether he can or not, he does not choose to strike at you.
She's going to yell, "He's serving the guys that stole the queen," and I'm going to pull out my gilded rod and disperse that portal.
Okay. All right. So
Closes, disperses, and renders a portal symbol unusable. No trace of magic remains.
okay.
May I yoink?
Yeah, it has no range, but there's no save or anything like that. All you have to do is be able to physically touch the rod to the portal, and
Okay.
it should
Should.
take care of it. So as you do so, you move up close, you touch the rod to the portal, and it dissipates. And the creature just like, "Ah, what have you done?"
Now he's
And its eyes just kind of switch to you, from the king and the queen, who are just in abject terror right now. They haven't
not
moved.
going to finish the rest of my movement.
Okay. Did you come within 5 feet of him at this point?
Not yet.
Okay. Did you come within 10 feet?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. He's got very long arms, and his rage as he turns his head to you, seeing what you've done, and as you retreat, it strikes out with a claw, making an attack on you. Okay, wow, 17.
That would hit, but I'm going to use repel so it doesn't.
Okay, all right. So you're able to turn that away with your shield or repel as a shimmering comes around your body. And Hal, you're up. You see this happening. What are you going to do?
Oh, so is it an action to pull my spear out of Kevin?
You have to tell him to do it, and then he's got to do it. And I'll have you guys on the same initiative round.
Yeah.
So yeah, so all that has to take place. But once he regurgitates it to you, then you can do with what you want. So yeah, I think.
They want to be
Do you want to tell me more than one thing?
Yes, he is
So
probably
just
back.
telling him the fetch more spear.
It's an action to you ask him to do it. He has to open up, and then you have to fish.
No, he actually presents it.
Yeah, because his mechanic's a little different than
Yeah.
like a bag of holding.
Right, it's not like that at all. He actually presents it to you.
He has the
So,
sentience to do it. No, yeah.
I think so. I'm gonna say okay because he does. He just presents it. He just opens, wow, and there it is.
So enough that I could just and
Yeah, I mean
with
he's
that,
aware of what's going on. There's
Yeah.
something, shit's going down. He's aware of that.
He rolls out his tongue.
Can I still attack, or do I have to wait for my next turn? I'm okay with whichever one you roll.
It's kind of like pulling a sword from a scabbard in a way. Is how I'm kind of looking at it right now. So that's a free action. So go ahead and make.
Cool. Bonus action. I'm raging. And me and Kevin, best friend Kevin.
Shit. There's so many people in the way.
There's a lot of people.
It really is.
Can't.
And by the way,
To...
Lucius is holding on to you with an iron grip of fear.
30.
I can get around a Kier to get here.
He's talking really high pitched. What is that? What is that? As he's holding on to you.
Let me go.
You're making an attack on the big guy?
I'll make it
Yep.
reckless. Good thing I reckless. Oh, really good thing I reckless. That'll be 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Cool. So he's going to take Well, since it's two-handed, he's going to take D8 plus 6. That's fucking 10. Oh, wait, no, actually. Yeah, no. 10, 12 because of rage bonus. Does he count as a fiend? Because the spear has an effect where fiends take an additional 1d8
Yes,
of
he
radiant.
does.
God, okay.
Probably be a bonus.
So he's going to take 8 points of regular piercing damage, and then he's going to take 8 points of radiant damage.
Okay, for a total? Which is 8 and 8, 17, 8, 6, 16?
Yeah, but 8 of it is radiant, so
Right.
that does extra damage.
Okay, got it. Anything else from Hal?
I have 2 attacks.
Oh, go ahead. Make that
Also
second.
going to be reckless, but that doesn't matter. Does a 14 hit?
No.
That's all I got right now, boys.
Yeah, stepping into him, he's got this thick hide, and it feels like there's something more. Not like armor, but just something substantial about him that feels different. Yeah. I might give you more hints later. Okay. So that's it for Hal. Before Kiva comes up, more screaming from different parts of the ballroom. 2 more creatures arrive.
We kill more guests.
Now the question is, were they always lichens, or...
I'm sure.
Oh, he's a little guy.
They're just
What
not
is
like.
that one? Yeah, what is that?
Ugh.
That's a weird coyote. That's a weird coyote.
Yeah.
Weird cat.
I'm not.
The angle I was looking at made it look way more abomination.
yeah.
He looks like
Can we tell it's the big one an actual
If you look at it straight on,
werewolf?
it looks weird. If you look
Like the other,
He looks
or
like a dinosaur.
He looks very much like the others, except
Yeah,
it's
if you
on
look
a
at
much
the
larger
size,
but
scale.
just
You know,
bigger? It doesn't
I'm
look like a
looking at
demon
this
or
photo.
anything like that.
He
All right, guys.
looks like a werewolf, like these other ones do, but
Okay.
just bigger.
All right.
Okay, so that's their turn, their full action, and
Silver
Kiva.
King will kill them eventually.
Yeah. Okay, so I have an idea.
Who silvers anything anymore? That's the problem, I guess.
He'll do stuff for silver.
Yeah. So what I would like to do, bonus action rage.
Mm-hmm.
You can move through friendly ally. I assume that this guy. I'm assuming that our Lucious over there is friendly, so I can move through him.
Yeah, it's just difficult terrain.
Yeah, that's fine. I want to get to the point where I can essentially get here,
Okay.
and I would like to essentially shove the king back, make my attack to shove the king, so that way he is no longer directly in front of, like, I would like to make my attack to basically shove
So
him out of
basically
the
a
way.
grapple shove.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
I don't know if you'd oppose it, because I'm trying to basically
I
take
think
the
he's
king and move him.
I think he's go ahead and make your roll,
Athletic
and
with advantage.
yeah, because I think it's more a matter of surprise.
Yeah, that's fair. I can do better than that. I can't.
No.
But that is a number.
Big number, little number.
It's an okay number. That is. That's not. That's like 15.
15.
Does 15 get king out of way?
Where are you trying to push him to exactly?
I'm trying to, like, I really want to get him over here, but if not, I'll shove him onto the table. I just want him out of this space.
15. Okay. Well.
Push him straight behind the queen.
Or I could push him straight behind the queen.
Well, you got to push him into an open space. And
So weird, right?
There's space behind them, like behind that.
is there
that
space
table.
between the table and?
Yeah, like isn't there space like right there?
No, she's occupying that space. She's occupying the space right
One
in
sec,
front
I'm
of. Yeah, let's bring that around. So
What if you jumped into the space between the king and the werewolf and pushed him backward?
There is no space.
Yeah, he's like occupying those 4 there. Table is here. So yeah, you'd have to. It was good enough to push him because he was surprised, but he wasn't expecting the push
But nothing happened, so
But
it's
you're
irrelevant.
basically pushing him prone onto the table.
Okay. Cool.
Wouldn't that be Supine?
And he's just looking at you with surprise as he falls back on the table.
Cool. And that lets me get between him and the. So I get to be here.
He's on the table now, so if you have movement left, you can move in between
Yeah.
two.
And now, if he attacks the queen, if he attacks you, I can sentinel.
Okay. All right, is that it from Kiva then?
Yep. Action, bonus action, movement.
So Dakir, you're up, and Lucius is just holding on with a death grip to you in pure fright.
I need to help the queen. Let me go or I will stab you.
He's not hearing you. His attention is focused purely on this creature that's just. You can see he's kind of like. I mean, you would know he's like pulling in a way, like he's getting ready to bolt.
I don't want to use my action to do this, but I want to just like jet away from him as quickly as I can and just sort of break his.
Don't you have the mobile feat?
Well, he's basically.
I do have the mobile feat.
Can't you just do that?
He's basically got you grappled. So you can move him. You can move him with you if you want.
Wouldn't that?
Drag him with you, so half
Wouldn't that
speed.
half speed me? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to avoid.
Right.
Well, you know what? You guys decide.
Half speed for bonus action dash, full speed normal.
Yeah, that's just typical terrain for mobile. It doesn't affect grapples or anything.
Yeah, I mean, since
Plus,
he
you're like
didn't,
10 feet away.
since he was already holding your arm, then and he just like clenched in tighter.
Yeah.
It's more of a unassisted grapple, I guess.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I don't know how.
This fucker, man. I really.
Well, you know what? You're moving out of the threat range.
But he likes you very much.
I screwed up my economy.
You're 10 feet
If
away.
I
from the
disengage,
thing.
if I use my bonus action to disengage,
Still grab.
I don't think. Yeah, that would. Just be a movement.
What if you knock him out?
No, you can. No, you can
What
try
if
and break the
you, what if you
grapple.
ask him to crawl underneath you?
Probably only got like 5 hit points.
You use an action to break the grapple. You just kind of like shove him away or
I'm
whatever.
tempted to stab him, honestly. But I'll use an action to break the grapple, even
Okay.
though that takes away my action to burn the damn queen. And I fail.
Wow, like he didn't, because he's like
It's a moot point.
not very. I mean, this guy's heavy, but clearly not a lot of muscular frame under there.
Bonus action disengage, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, I'll get to here.
Okay, and you're dragging him with you.
Like through my teeth, like, let me go or I will. I'll kill you. I will kill you.
And he's just in such a state of fright that
Just you're
you know.
sick.
Is that it for Dakir?
Yeah.
Okay, more screams, and I'm going to tell you what happens with the crowd.
If the queen dies, it's Lucius' fault.
Everybody's a werewolf.
Well, I'd assume the crowd is going to run away from him and give you your room there.
No, it turns out the crowd is just popular.
All of them is werewolves. Nice. It was a werewolf party.
We need to kill this thing.
Okay, so fourth one appears, transforms, ripping the shreds, the clothing, each time, turning into these beasts. And oh man, this is gonna get ugly.
Yeah. You designed this.
I know. This woman, in her fright, begins to run. This creature lashes out and kills her on the spot. This one, they're all running toward the door, basically. So I'm just gonna look at the ones that they're gonna get opportunity attacks on. That minstrel. Well, he gets away.
Now, are these doors all actual doors?
You don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. The doors in your map.
Yeah, these are doors.
They're doors
but-
leading into the room.
Yes, absolutely. But who knows if they're all unlocked. So he's moving away. These two people go right out that door. They have movement. This one's moving. That's you. He's staying. He's going out the door. Further into the hallway or whatever's there. I'll get to the guards in just a minute. These two can easily get out this way. This one has movement and looking around. Okay, good. He can get out that way. Where's the other one? He's already made his attack. No, he's gonna go. Oh, they don't know. We don't know.
We just don't know.
All right, he has already used his reaction, so all of these people can get out safely, and they just go running through the door.
Until you get stabbed and the portal gets
This guy, no problem. This guy's gonna run. Well, he does okay as well.
He lives.
Gonna get like almost to the door. Oh no, dash. Boom, he's gone. Fuck that, I'm out of here.
Fuck this shit out.
He's already used his opportunity. He has not.
Barmaid running past.
These guys, they're gone. Little gnomes, they get out of here. None of these guys are staying or attempting to do anything. The centaur, who was over here serving gravy on top of the roasted pork, he goes out the door. Look at the soldiers, the scribe, boom, he's gone, knocking over the table. And who we got left? All these folks here. She's gonna make one way she can go. She's gonna get by anyway. We'll see. He didn't use his opportunity attack. He's done. She goes down in a bloody mess, just ripping them apart, shredding them. And the rest of these guys are just 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 in the dash out. All these guys can get out without opportunity attacks because they've already been taken. All right, so that's what we're left with. And then the queen,
Plenty of room to cure.
the queen is basically, see, he kind of like pushed over on the table this way. She's gonna leave, attempt to leave its space.
He already made an
He
opportunity
already did
attack at
against
me.
Hildy.
Yeah.
So
And
he's gone.
They're still in the first round of combat.
He still gets an attack. Ooh.
Realizing the threat that's right in front of her, could the queen take the disengage action?
She's right now trying to get to her husband. And so she's not thinking in those terms. Plus, she's not a combatant.
She's also not a part of the Being Alive Club.
Sentinel?
No, not anymore. You watch, she may be alive, you're not sure, but you see him just rake at her with his other claw. He raked at Hildy with the right claw, the left claw raking at her this way, and she goes down in a bloody mess right here, just as she gets around the table, falling next to the chairs. You guys probably are getting the sense that there's some legendary actions going on here. These guys are moving up to engage. Get back here.
That's Lucious's fault.
Okay, they're gonna make their attacks.
One tiny little gnome bard back there.
Oh, Pike Man got reach.
Quivering in his boots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, you can push them both back 5 feet because they do have reach. Both of them hit. These guys are no slouches. They're King's Guard, and they're very professionally. They rush up, and you watch as they stab at him with the pikes, and they do a little bit of damage. It's from each side, flink, 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 just entering his body. The thing just howls and growls. You watch this like black ichor, not blood, black ichor just spurt out from the wounds that it takes. And takes a little bit of damage. I mean, these look like very significant wounds on anything else. Okay. And then, did I leave anybody else? Any of the...
This little guy.
Okay, yeah. So,
He's gone.
yeah, he's out of here with a dash. And this guy over here, whom you're protecting, is very reluctant to leave at this point. Because you have a dynamic with him, obviously, and he wants to stay. He chooses to stay and not leave. This is going to bring us to the top of the round with Crochet, and what he's going to do. Okay. Ooh.
Okay, once.
He's going to strike with a claw on this guy, the King's Guard. He's got 10-foot reach. You can see he just reaches. The other one's going to go to Hal.
Bring it on!
Sentinel.
Sentinel. Okay, so you give him +2?
No, I attack.
Oh, you get the attack. That's right.
I get
I'm
an
thinking
attack.
shield.
No.
Hit me, Wolfie.
So yeah, you hit.
He 17.
That hits.
That hits.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So from that one claw, 21 points of piercing damage as he rakes across your body, ruining your nice finery that you just bought. Your vest.
You son of a bitch!
Your vest is just shredded. You got ropes coming out over your body, right? Holding Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them is like pierced, and he's like hanging awkwardly off your back at this point. He's like, "What's going on? What's happening? Oh, I can't see." And you see his eyes kind of rotating around as best he can on the box. And then the one on the guard, wow, that was incredible. He misses.
What the fuck?
I know, it's not moving. I can't believe you missed. He rolled like a really low, nothing. And then it's gonna bring up Lizzie.
Oh,
Yes.
Sentinel,
Oh, yes,
I hit him. I think I hit him. Does a
Oh, okay.
19 hit?
No, 19 misses.
Fuck that.
Okay, so we're Roche is already attacked. Staying where he is, not moving. Lizzie, what are you gonna do?
I am going to turn around and wink at Rexus in the corner, and I am going to attack that werewolf closest to me.
Go get him, Johnny.
First with the rapier,
Okay.
and then with the scimitar.
All right.
That's terrible. That is 13
13 misses.
and 16.
16 hits.
1d8. That's 6. 6 points of damage.
6 points. Okay.
Damage.
Mom asked where you got that dice set.
Which one?
Pink with gold trim.
Mike got that for me.
That was from the Isle of Amazonia.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Anything else from Lizzie?
These are my.
And then just in case, I'm going to use action surge. That's one more action.
You still have a regular attack. You
I do?
usually it.
What? I did.
Because you had your main attack offhand, and then you still have your attack action.
Oh, one more
Gotta
have one more.
attack.
I'm going.
Okay, that's better. At 23. Wait, no. What is it? 21.
Yeah, that hits.
You like dual wielding, huh?
I do. 13. 12.
12. Okay. Same guy. Got it.
Now if you want to
The goggles.
And then action surge, I can turn on my
Yeah, it's
ring.
I spent too much money. on
Activate my ring just in case.
It's really nice.
For anything.
What's the ring?
Protection from good and evil.
No.
Yeah, so it's just like casting a spell, and it lasts for 10 minutes. But you don't have to concentrate on it or anything like that. So you're just activating it, using an action to activate it, and then you can't be charmed or frightened or possessed. And creatures of certain types have, disadvantage against you. So assuming these are fiends, if they are, then that would be the case. So you want to activate that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Might as well.
All right. So that'll last for 10 minutes, certainly the entirety of this conflict. And then that's going to bring up one of the werewolves, unless you're going to move or do anything else.
Nope, I'm going to hold my position.
Okay. This is always the fun part. We're trying to remember the order that they appeared.
Logistics.
I think
First guy
this
that
one was the
appeared
first one that
this one,
appeared.
right?
It's definitely
That's the one you just attacked?
Correct.
Okay, so you're up there on him?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so then he's going to make an attack back on you. He's attempting to bite you and claw you.
That's okay.
Yeah, so the bite attack is a 21.
That hit.
Okay, so you need to make a strength save. Claw attack is also a 21.
I think your name is
Do I want to use it now?
Yeah, make a strength save and tell me what the number is.
I was so happy
15.
when you called me butter.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, so for a moment you feel like you're being held in the jaws of this creature, and then you're able to just kind of, he can't get firm purchase on you, and as he pulls back, so you're not held by him. You do take, what did I say, 13 from the bite, piercing damage, and from the claw, you take 16 slashing damage. So 13 and 16.
Oh, it'd be a deer and move like one space to the left, so then I could come up.
And that's gonna bring up Hildy.
Breaking everything.
Eva,
What?
you
Yeah.
can move Hildy 6 squares this way, which should put her right next to the queen.
1, 2, 3.
Can I tell if the queen's
Next one?
looking dead?
What's your passive?
15.
15? I mean, she's bloody, she's bleeding, she's on the ground, she's not moving. She may or may not be alive.
I'm gonna use the mentalist cantrip Will to Live, which stabilizes somebody at 0,
Okay, all right.
just
Got
in
it.
case. And if she's not, I'm gonna be like, oh, sorry. Thought that would help.
That's the difference between a doctor and a necromancer.
Yeah.
All right, anything else from Hildy?
No, that's my move and my spell.
Okay, Hal, you're up.
I'm gonna strafe around to the other side of him.
As you connect with her, you get the impression
Kevin's coming
that
with you.
You have
Well,
stabilized.
yeah, clearly. I
Oh,
just
good.
he's magnet, so I didn't want to spend a minute with him.
leave
And I'm
another
gonna
point.
make my. I'm gonna strafe around to the other side. I'm gonna make my 2 attacks now that I'm directly across from
Okay, you got
Kiva.
Kevin just kind of hanging off your shoulder at this point.
It's +2 when you're flanking, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
So 22 to hit.
that hits.
And he's gonna take 14 points of piercing damage,
Okay,
plus 14 points of radiant damage.
okay.
And I'm procking the totem, so he's gonna take an
Wow.
extra 2d6. Fucking lame. He's gonna take an extra 3.
Okay,
So, 11 not counting, 17 before the radiant, and then another 14 of radiant.
okay. So
And I get a second attack.
you're landing some significant blows on this guy. Again, this black ichor just like oozing and splattering out.
And this blood it's definitely, I know he's a fiend of some kind. Cool. We're gonna, ooh, that's not bad. 16 plus, that's 27 to hit.
That hits.
That hit.
I hope. Fucking hope
And
so.
that's gonna be, wow, 15 points of regular piercing damage and another 10 points of radiant. This spear is ridiculous.
Wow.
You got you.
Well, you're also fighting what it was built.
What it's made for.
Yeah. The whole reason for its existence is what you're using it for right now. Is that it from Hal?
Hal hasn't been doing big damage like that lately, but damn. Well,
He
that's
just spins around in place and strikes you with one of his claws.
Come on, bitch.
I don't think he's gonna hit 15.
Nope, just misses.
Yeah, I mean, whew, that was a terrible roll on his part. And then we got the second and third one that were that came about. He was the last one, right? So it's these two.
It was that one because I remember when the dinosaur-looking one came up and
Oh,
me
yeah,
and
he
Mike were
was
both
later.
very-
That one was the last.
That was the next one.
Okay, so
and
the,
then that was
okay.
the,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that,
this
these
was
were
last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
both of us. Just like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's a were-coyote.
More palatable from the side.
Or a were-corgi, you mean.
Yeah.
So just almost like a dog getting down on all fours and just like loping quickly, jumping over, getting to this guard, getting all the way over here.
I had a dog once.
Read the room, Hal. And this one is attacking you. As you mentioned, you brought him up, so he's like, "Oh, I'll give you a dog."
Bad touch. Bad touch.
Snarling in rage, they come towards you and toward Hal with the snout. I don't think that's going to hit. A 12.
Nope.
And then with the claw against you, this is going to be close too. That's a 17.
That hits.
Claw.
Silvery barbs.
silver barbs. That makes him attack again, right? Or
Yep.
disadvantage?
Reroll, and I'll give Powell the advantage.
Whoa!
So that's going to bring it down to a 14. That's going to miss, right?
Yeah!
Okay, so you force him to miss that second attack, and then against the guard. Oh man, yeah, both 18s, and so both.
High
of those-
guard.
Did I do 100 damage to him yet? Pretty close.
These are pretty close.
I think I'm like 70.
Okay, hits him hard. He's got him held with his snout, and he's clawing him, and he doesn't fall. I mean, he's taking the damage. He's taking the hit, but he looks injured. You can see he's bleeding from the gashes fairly significantly, and that's going to bring up Kiva.
I turn to the guy with, turn my head to the two royal guardsmen, say, get the royalty out of here. And then, only angrier because, Kiva. And
Angry Irish.
if it doesn't work, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Bonus action, bear.
Both these
Who
cards
could
are
have seen
right
that coming?
And it's +2 for flanking, right?
Yes.
Cool. So reckless, claw, crit.
Nice.
Nice. You're attacking the main guy?
Yes.
Crochet? Okay.
That is 2d6 +4. Crit. That's double damage, right?
Yeah. Or double.
It's
double
full
your roll.
damage or double the roll.
Double the dice.
Okay, cool. So that's 6 plus 12.
Are we doing D30s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? Absolutely.
Why not?
17 plus, that is 23 for the claw.
Okay. Ooh.
And and that would be slashing damage. I rolled the d30,
Yep.
and that's a 2.
A 2. Okay, so you cut into the shoulder joint, and you hear this pop of cartilage and the muscle as the creature just shrieks with pain. So he's going to have disadvantage on his next attacks.
Cool.
Whatever, for the rest of the turn, whatever kind of attacks they may be.
And then I'm gonna lunge forward, make a bite.
Go to that.
Yep.
Okay, that's cocked. 15 plus 15 plus 7. 23 or 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool.
Did you go to bear form or you're still in keep?
Oh, I'm a bear.
Yeah, I thought so.
Are you kidding? I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
no,
fight him like a person.
Where's this coming from? Okay.
And that is 9.
9, okay, some additional 9 points of damage. The floor at this point is just slick with this black fluid that's coming from his body. That, you've seen this before when you were fighting the creatures in another palace in Lionsgate. It seems a world away. That same black ichor that's draining from these creatures' bodies. That's it for Kiva?
Yep. And when I got big, I just moved the table back a little bit, just
Just
so that
kind
would
of
fit.
pushed it off. Yeah, it's gonna move. So Dakir, this guy, Lucius, is just don't leave me, don't leave me. He's like very high pitched. Please, don't leave me.
Let me go. You won't go in with me to fix them.
Roll persuasion.
I rolled a 10 on the die,
Minus.
-1, so 9. I'm not fixed.
Holding fast.
Fine.
We have like the least charismatic party ever.
15 to get
Not
here.
hold him. Not hold him. Don't do it.
So bad at persuasion.
I'm making sure that he has the angle where he's in this thing's face.
And you're
This
gonna
is the one
attack
that's
it.
holding the garden like clawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's grappled with.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Man, I just today.
That's some real rogue shit.
No reason I would get advantage.
No.
You're not a swashbuckler.
You got anything else there, Dakir?
Hey, look
Oh,
that.
no, but the guard is right there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, but that doesn't apply advantage. It just gives me sneak attack.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
he's an ally.
Well, he's an ally.
Attack.
So. If
Yeah, but
that's-
that wouldn't give me
but
advantage.
no, it wouldn't give you advantage. You still need.
Yeah.
and he's like, he should be within 5 feet of him because he's like grappled.
Yeah. All right. I'll just keep moving. But that was 15, so 20, 25.
You don't
so-
get opportunity attacks. Lucio does, or Lucious.
I had
does.
mobile, so.
Yeah.
No, it's forced movement for Lucas.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You still grapple. There's a different Jakir.
That's it.
There's that one last guy over there, and then the guards, and
I like to think I'm
Yeah.
trying to stab the werewolf, but Lucius is just in the way every time.
all right, you're already busy, so he's going to run up here to this guard and make an attack. Same type of attack that the other one made. Gonna miss
Good.
with the snout attack, the bite, and then it's gonna hit with the claw. The claw's gonna do a little bit of damage. Okay. And you see him rake through the metal plate that he's wearing. As blood begins to gush from his chest. Okay. And then the guards get their attack. They're gonna attack the same guys that are attacking them. Okay, doing a little bit of damage on each one of them. Okay, nice. But the guy can't get away from the grapple, so he's still stuck there. Okay. And then finally, Lucius, at this point, lets you go.
Is he gonna take the clue by 4 and run away?
Oh, he's gonna run.
Good.
And he just begins to run out the door. Just goes out the door. But you feel this squeeze on your arm.
Attack of opportunity.
Oh, you're gonna attack it? Okay.
That would be fucking
It
hilarious.
goes from a vice grip. It goes from a vice grip to just kind of a tender squeeze on your arm. As he releases you. It's in Survive. You come back to me. And he goes running off.
This is your future husband.
I'm pretending not to hear you. As he goes running off. And as we're going to end tonight, is we start a little bit late and we get a lot of combat to go, I think. With a lot of really crazy shit upcoming, depending on what happens next. But thank you all for joining us.
Great.
And we'll see you next time on Legends on Paper. Greatest adventure. Good night. Crazy.
It's the first time I've ever been nerfed by
Nerf,
not
nerf.
describing this.
What is this done for?
That's not one of mine, so, and they both said it's not there, so I wasn't sure if it was one of your guys'.
What's that?
That is one of yours.
I don't.
What's that?
There's a blue
Oh, got mixed up.
D22.
Well, I left it there because it made me with my kids was messing with it at the time.
That was fun.